Alright, so you have one more turn on construction yet. Hell, a lot of buffalo to feed just one. Yeah, we are late. We are a late game at this point. This campaign has been nothing but a problem from beginning to end. What we got here? Iron? Okay. Just hold this up for now, and we'll go back and get the iron later. Go. Spine of Sotek. Keep assaulting these guys. Axel should be able to defend himself here. Gotta be careful about Albrecht. Is there a road that leads through here at all? Nope.
Rest for the wicked.
Of course, there's a swamp here. Oh well, we're not really taking that much attrition damage. We're just not healing. Really, is the issue there? Malachus,
Lord of the
Barian,
Black Court.
A terror to their enemies.
Wild-eyed. Alright, so we're gonna
I will not blight my
roll
soul.
up there and hit that up.
Of cruelty.
Shadow Dart. Oh yeah, Shadow Dart can join in this shit too.
Not possible.
Well, Carl didn't actually move fast. This guy did.
Never.
Alright. So we could have Malekith take out Carl, and then we can have him swing over here and take out Frock Leachman, and then we can have Shadow Dart take out Nosbacker, probably. That makes most sense.
My dark heart is yours.
I think that's the most reasonable set of things to do. Alright, first things first, let's handle Marathi's shit, though.
Don't hold
Let's roll on up to Gainville here and take this back.
To arms, Druki.
Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta pee. I mean, always remember to use the latrine before a fight.
Battle ready.
You'll be regretting it later if you don't. Pre-combat shit is important.
Dark shards.
Dark shards.
Black guards.
Alright, Skew-Dooders. Marathi, who's just going to go ham.
We are ready.
Looks like he's going to try to swing right slightly here, so we'll swing around as well.
Marathi, come with me.
I know there's a whole bunch of invisible troops out there currently.
Going at once. Vengeance awaits. I move.
I move.
Let hatred fly.
Let's see what we can do
Marathi
here.
moves.
There they are.
Feel my rage.
Hi.
On the move. Fury, come forth. Indeed. Forward. At my command. Going now.
Draw some of these guys out a bit.
Nagaroth, a dark harbinger. Heed me, Dar. In Malekith's name. On the move. Marathi moves.
Hey, you guys want to come at me yet?
Going. Indeed. Going now. Come
That's a
with
lot of
me.
fucking arrows.
For vengeance. I move. Vengeance awaits. At once. Forward. On the move. I move. Marathi moves. Going now. Drukith's revenge. Going.
So many arrows.
Vengeance and fury. Indeed.
Alright, here they come.
Vengeance awaits.
They're sick of that. Like, okay.
once.
That's a
Let hatred
that's a load
die.
of horse shit right now.
Come
You
with
gotta
me.
stop that.
Forward. Going now.
Send 2 dragons over there to deal with that.
At once. Come with me.
Come
On the
with
move.
me. Let's go engage these flyers, shall we? Whee!
Black Guards.
And
Merciless
let's take the
warriors.
rest of this formation. We'll just gooch
As
down
you
up.
say.
So we get in range with our crossbows.
Dark demons. Feel my
Got
vengeance.
another pit of shades I could drop. Toss it there. Seems like a good place for it.
Feel my fury.
There we go. So you round after those tree boys, and we'll bring you guys up to do some breath attacks on these ranged units.
Matriarch.
The merciless host. My blade hunger.
You guys move in instead of just standing here taking arrows to the face.
First sorceress.
I actually don't have a Hydra that I can just tap off of.
Merciless warriors.
It's a little bit shitty. Alright, dragons. Let's move on in. We don't need 2 dragons chasing down that dragon. We'll bring you back over here. And Marathi doesn't need to chase that stuff either. We'll land her on all this.
For Nagaroth. At my command.
Black Guards. Dark shards.
You guys can shoot that.
Nagarothi. We are ready.
We are ready.
Marathi. Fury comes forth. Destroy.
Yeah, that'd be alright.
I go.
Not great, but okay.
The merciless host. Black Guards. Murder awaits.
Run you guys up after that.
Taruki.
Rookie. There we go.
Feel my vengeance.
There we go. This guy was like, yep, nope, don't want any of that. Oh gosh. Oh. Probably should have started running sooner, sir. Oh. It's not having a good day. Oh, why? Yes, run towards the dragons. This is a good plan. Stop. 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 Yeah. Alright, good enough. Great. It's finally taken down. Yeah, these guys got a bunch of kills. Makes sense, considering. They're kind of good units.
Deadly.
Weight Watchers.
Victorious.
Weight Watchers are alright.
Claim this place.
Alright. Get me back. Stupid ass city. You bastards. Oh, it's already a wall. Just hold that up then. And go for that, I suppose. Sure. Okay, good. Region resecured.
I am Morath.
Marathi is good to go there. And then we gotta do with Malekith. So if Malekith cut in here, hit these guys up with a sweet, sweet lightning strike.
Fight for me or die.
Fight for me or die. Freaking flagellants, yo. Malekith should be able to deal with Carl for the most part. Alright. What do we got for our enemy artillery? They got a rocket battery and a rocket battery, it looks like. So only a couple rocket batteries. Try to get the dragons in on that. Malekith. Try to handle some of this nonsense as well. Let's see what's the range on this. Let's keep our infantry outside of the range of the rocket batteries to start out with.
Dark elves. Black guards.
So at least they have to shift forward slightly or not shoot me in the face. Caster, I guess, can stay out to the side as well. Alright. Send the dragons forward.
Get ready for a breakdown!
Hey! Squeed for you. Thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. Actually, I haven't heard the term squeed in quite a while, to be honest.
Get ready for a breakdown!
You can handgunners for that nonsense there. And ghoul me as well. Thank you for that follow too. Get Dragon Breath down. Pretty good hits off here. Alright.
Get ready for
Land
a
on top of
breakdown!
this. Outlaw Jerry! Hell yeah. Thank you. Hope your day is going fantastically. Alright, you guys get in here. Let's probably bring Malekith up. And we can move the rest of the army forward now, too. At this point. Oh, gosh. There we go. I don't know why it's being so freaking annoying. Oh, handgunners. Okay. Like, why am I losing so much health all of a sudden? Right, I just couldn't see the handgunners because of the snow. I hate snow. Alright. These guys with that. Here, punch Carl in the face. Drop that on top of there, probably be okay. Try to pull you out before you die.
Moving forward.
Push you guys up that way. And I lost dragon. God dang it.
My power is yours.
When your dragon decides taking off is not what it wants to do ever, it just dies.
At once.
It's also really hard to see ranged attacks in the snow. Might lose more dragons here, actually. Oh my gosh. See, like, it's pretty much impossible to tell that I'm getting shot at, except for the fact that I'm losing health because of the snow. Freaking irritating.
Malekith.
Cold-blooded killers.
Malekith out of here as well.
Never wait.
Want a breath attack there, bud? Thank you. That rocket battery is still firing. Nice.
Advancing.
Alright, you need to get out of there. As do you.
To destruction!
Ceaseless.
Dark shards!
Shoot those Reichsguard, please.
Following orders!
Malekith, could you... Are these Hippogriff Knights? Yeah, it's Demogryphs with halberds. Alright, sweet. Get out of there, Malekith, if you can, I guess. If you die, I guess, whatever. Demogryphs with halberds. Eesh, gross. I mean, I'm not going to lose this fight, I'm just... It's just annoying.
Black gods! The monk following orders! Druki! Advance, Druki!
dragon dead.
The merciless host. Black guards. We are ready.
Darkness comes!
Glorious destruction. Bloody murder. Attack. Death is coming.
Carl died. No, not Carl. Malkin died. Dragons really need to be able to just freaking take off. Yeah, you know, a creature with wings, you know, should have some kind of like vertical takeoff landing capabilities, but you know, whatever. It's fine. I didn't need those dragons anyways. I got his rocket battery still alive too after all that. There we go. Carl just died. See, like I don't think there's any way the computer can actually win this. It's just being as irritating as possible about it.
Advance, Druki! Cold-blooded killers! Onwards to murder!
There's not a universe where the computer can actually win this fight.
Terror and death.
I suppose if I played really, really incredibly terribly, it could potentially win. But I basically would have to probably go to sleep for the computer to win this fight.
Black Guards! Destroy for the king!
Can the Lord change fly? No.
Druki!
He runs really fast though. Like he's pretty quick. He's got a really high charge bonus too. Hey boys.
Black Guards!
Death hang! Dario! Louis!
Merciless warrior!
Okay, let's just go at that, please.
Battle ready by your command. Attack! We are ready.
I preserved most of my infantry though. I lost a couple dragons, but I preserved most of my infantry. Malkin did die as well because, you know, why should a dragon be able to take off?
Onward! Druki, forward!
Probably shouldn't. I mean, they only have freaking wings bigger than a house, so a man with a stick with a blade on the end of it should keep it from being able to take off. Ugh. These are so irritating too. These frickin' Demigraph Knights with Alberts do so much damage. And then these handgunners. Like I said, you can't really see the missiles against the snow, so you pretty much only know you're getting shot at because your guy is losing massive shit tons of health. Which is cool. I wonder if he's shooting at me. Oh, yes. My health is going down very fast. I guess he's shooting at me. White on white. It's a good call. Color-wise. At least they changed the color of the layout for your units. It used to be that you couldn't actually see, like, when you drug your units out to set them up, the color of the snow and the color of the boxes you set up were so similar you couldn't actually like really tell how you were setting your units up either, but like, except for like putting them down. Thankfully they changed the color of the yellow slightly, so that's not as big of a problem as it used to be, but you pretty much couldn't see the border around your setup area, like, because it was like invisible in the snow, and then you also basically couldn't see where you were setting your units up either, because that was pretty much invisible too. The colorblind option help? I don't know. I'm not sure what it changes it to. If there is one, yeah. Just quickly charge it right now.
Of Nagaroth.
Is there actually a colorblind option? Actually, I think there is. I'm pretty sure there is. But I don't think it would change the color of the missile trails, because I don't think people are white colorblind. Pretty sure that's a color that you can always see. default red, green, blue, yellow. And you can change some of this stuff up too. Oh, well, actually, yeah, it just tells you what it changes it to. Some of this stuff definitely make it easier to see against the freaking snow. Thankfully, like I said, the unit setup thing isn't quite as bad as it used to be, but the bullet trail thing is still problematic.
I will not obey. Impossible. No.
Alright, now.
Cruel Dreadlord. Cruel Dreadlord. Master of cruelty.
Roll up here with our second army.
For Nagaroth. For victory.
Never really thought about it, but you're right. You can't really see what's getting shot during ice battles. Nope, not even a little bit. Unless, or you could zoom way in. If you zoomed way in, you might be able to see it. But if you're pulled back because you're trying to like manage a bunch of units and stuff like that, you know, like you do in every battle, it's very, very, very difficult to see. Now, on a background like this, it's not quite as bad because like the ground is actually somewhat dark.
Shades! The merciless host!
Yeah, those like straight up like daytime snow battles. It's just like, yep, I can't see shit when it comes to anybody shooting anything.
Dreadlord! I thirst! Death hag!
Nobody here has a mount. Alright, cool.
Nagarothi! Without question.
Go, go, go! Did I crush him? Well, Malekith died, but otherwise, yes. We lost Malekith and a couple dragons. Because, you know, dragons can't take off if there's a man with a stick standing there hitting them. Your dragon is like, I can't fly. There's a man with a stick here. And he's hurting my feelings.
Shades! Battle calls!
Hey, buddy. Who is this right now? Gustav? Rides on by, doesn't give a shit. Fuck it. Whatever.
Advance, Druki!
Whatever. Need to get rid of these freaking Empire Knights because they're way more dangerous than they should be. So the Hellblaster Polygon continues to fire, despite being attacked by a dragon.
All powerful!
Cold-blooded killers! Onward!
See, have grenadiers or something? What the fuck is blowing me up right now? Oh, it's the fucking war wagon. Alright.
Carnage awaits! Aria!
Mortar war wagons I forgot about.
Druki!
It shall be!
Advancing!
On to battle!
Alright, dragons. Back in here. Hit the shite. Stop stacking,
Druki,
please.
Forward.
Spread out.
Druki, forward!
Pull that stuff up.
Nagarothi, my blade hungers.
What deeds await?
Moving out. Shades!
Shades.
Eager for battle!
War wagons are just about dead. You keep fighting.
Make them bleed!
Death hag! Attack!
Going!
Pull
Advance!
back off this, that'd be great.
Shades!
Dragon breath that shite.
Purveyor of
Is
cruelty!
the leader still around here? Yeah, there he is. I can see you fly when a man with a stick attacks you. I like to see me fly, period.
Shades! Murder awaits!
I feel like that'd be a pretty neat trick.
Doom awaits!
Shades! Onwards to murder!
There we go.
Shades! Without question!
Fighting Imperial armies is always such a freaking pain in the butt. They have so much DPS. They have so much DPS that they're pretty much free to hit you with. Like, you don't really have much choice. Like, you don't really have many options other than just to suck it up.
Dark deeds await!
Just have lots of things with hit points. Just take it on the nose. Because between the cab and the guns and the freaking arty, you're just going to take damage. There are some factions that you can fight fairly safely and not take a lot of damage with. The Empire is not one of them. You're pretty much always going to get your fucking nose bloodied whenever you get to a fight with them. Unless they're really outnumbered. Saying humans cannot fly because we have sticks? Yeah, humans cannot fly because we get hit by sticks. Correct. That's the only reason.
A victory most cruel! Gift from Cain. Moving!
Moving out. Okay, so there is another army here.
No!
Cruel Dreadlord. Yes? Noble of Nagaroth.
Wow, she only has 2 on her loyalty.
Do not cease!
That's
You
awesome.
obey me, thralls. Dreadlord, awaiting command.
Well, let's hope she
Onwards!
doesn't suddenly decide she hates me. Or
Destructive,
she doesn't
this
take my
one.
army when I trade her back out again. Okay.
Hate incarnate. Dark servant.
Be nice if,
Crushing victory.
When you went to go rehire your lord, if it actually told you what their gosh damn loyalty was at. It'll tell me, hey, this new guy you're gonna hire is 5 out of 10. But if I want to rehire my old guy, it's like, psh, hope their loyalty was good when you fired him because you don't know. Like, why? What is the fucking purpose of that other than to just be irritating?
Untouchable, undefeatable.
Believe in a tall building.
Noble of Nagaroth.
So I hired her to be in charge of my army, even though her loyalty is fucking 2, because I couldn't see that her loyalty was 2. If I would have seen that, I would have been like, no, I'm not hiring you to be in charge of my army. Because now I run the risk of, if I replace her, she's going to take the whole, army with her.
Noble blood.
Which is real dumb.
Servant of Hecate.
Do I have any other experience with other Total War games? I've recently been playing Shogun 2 and must say the early game, first 10 to 50 turns, is more difficult than I had thought. Yes, I have played every Total War game except for Attila at this point. Yes, exactly, Particles. And yeah, Shogun 2 is a little bit difficult in the early game. If you're playing on Legendary, it's actually one of the harder Total Wars if you're playing it on the highest difficulty levels, just in general.
My dark heart.
But if you're playing regular,
Get to the
if you're playing regular Shogun 2, Yari Yashiguru with Yari Wall are ridiculously strong. She'll steal your thunder. She'll steal all my freaking stuff
I am the first sorceress.
for no good reason.
Dread Lord of the Druki.
Is it a randomized start? No.
Draw your blades, we fight!
It's a normal Marathi game.
I'm the goddamn
Oh, shit.
apocalypse! I'm
Heads in.
Ragnarok, shut the Armageddon's ass!
Good to know.
Another month, another Twitch sub. Thank you for the, what do we got? 6 months now? Hell yeah. And that's a new badge too, isn't it? I think. 6-month badge, I believe. Pretty sure. But thank you for that, Catson. I do appreciate it. Thank you for your continued support of the channel. So why are Dwarves and Bretonnians contesting over Uthwan? Because Dwarves and Bretonnians do very, 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 very well in this patch, so they had nothing else to do after they murdered everybody on their island besides come over here and dick on me.
Dark Elves.
The computer does not stop spreading out. It's not like they just take their stuff and go, okay, I'm just going to sit here. They will continue to push. They will continue to push forward and take shit until you stop them. Or you make friends with them. And because I'm Dark Elves, I'm not going to make friends with them.
Black Guard.
And seeing as how they do really, really well in this current patch, also, the Chaos Invasion was not a threat to them, even in the slightest. Basically, Archeon was dead, like, 2 or 3 turns after he spawned. Because the Bretonnians and the
Black Guards.
Bretonnians and the Empire just, like, shit all over him. Fret is someone you can't kill yet. Sounds like Skaven as well. Why are they so strong? They changed, well, they changed it so the orcs no longer are really good because of the making the auto calculates not as strong as they used to be. They made it Bretonnia. They upgraded Bretonnia on several different fronts. But they also made it easier for Bretonnia to confederate, which means the computer confederates faster, which means they're stronger faster. So they spread out and kill lots of people.
On to slaughter.
Because they're just as a full
Murder awaits.
country way sooner than they used to be able to get. 3 per dragon is how many times you can use the Dragon Breath. Goes on to like a 6-second cooldown. After you use it, yeah, 60 seconds, 3 times. Suppose balance of opportunity stuck at the moment of walls involved. I mean, yeah, it's true. I've held off a lot of Bretonnian fights this game so far because there was a wall. But yeah, Bretonnia gets really, really freaking huge because they just are able to group together and fight things a lot quicker than they used to be able to.
Eager for battle.
Eager for battle.
Black Guards.
And also, they just have better, they just have better stuff this patch because they got buffed again recently. Yeah, I feel the same way. They need like a foot knight of some description. So they have like a good infantry option that's not
It is done. High Cane.
It's not a peasant.
Cold-blooded killers.
Since Petonio's a free wall since level 3 settlements, yeah, I can't smash and grab them as effectively as other factions. This is also true, yeah. But I mean, they've always had that. It just, obviously, is now compounded with other things.
Hell and foul! Feel my fury!
Feel my fury. Alright, you guys.
Carnage
Here.
awaits. Druki to destruction.
Gotta take this. Gotta take control of this door
Black Guards. Forward.
so we can let the archers in. Go, go, go. I miss being able to dismount cav. Yeah, again, that's pretty much just because of the, it's just because of the fact that these are Warhammer fantasy battle units as opposed to, like, supposedly just people on horseback and stuff like that. So, like, obviously, if you dismount a Grail Knight, then it is not a Grail Knight as in the sense that it would be on the table in the tabletop.
By your
So.
command. Slay them.
Makes it a little bit awkward.
End them. Death is coming.
Ruination!
Kill everything.
Fuck Bretonia. I don't need more love. Arrows! Yeah, foot squires actually are peasant units. They're not knights. They're peasants.
Eager for battle. Moving out.
Death hag!
Yeah, CA has basically addressed them in multiple fashions, but has not ever really addressed their actual like army makeup. They've just made their army makeup stronger. They haven't actually like made it more interesting.
Black Guards.
That being said, I do like Bretonia okay. It's not like I hate Bretonia or anything like that to play, but you know,
Advance Druki.
like I said, they've addressed it multiple times. They just have not addressed it in any meaningful way outside of just being like, all right, Bretonia's stronger now. Giving things more numbers does not exactly make them a more interesting faction to play, ultimately.
Black Guards.
Now his number is 5 instead of 3. Oh, alright, well, that's cool, I guess. Is it supposed to be... No, it's definitely not beginner-friendly. Bretonia is by far... Or is far from beginner-friendly.
Merciless warriors. Advancing.
Death hag!
Death hug.
Malicious!
Black Guards. Massacre them.
Empire, Lothar, and High Elves, Dwarves are beginner-friendly. I wouldn't even say the Empire is, like, particularly beginner-friendly. I mean, it's kind of on the... I feel like the Empire is, like, a good campaign after you have, like, a little bit of understanding of what's going on in the game.
Onward.
Because if you fuck up the beginning as the Empire, you can be very sad for a very long period of time. So as you get the start right, the Empire is pretty easy, but if you don't know how to start it, if you're just like, I don't know what these units do, and I don't know how much territory I should take, and I don't know what buildings I should build, the Empire can actually be kind of an annoying faction to get going.
Feared by all.
Salute!
For the king.
Whereas the Dwarves, you basically just build stuff, and you're good. As the High Elves, you basically just build stuff, and you're good.
Glorious destruction.
I don't think the Empire has ever been, like, the most... So the Empire is the one that people are like, oh, it's the middle of the road, so it should be easy, but if you're new, you're going to lose your first Empire campaign, probably, if you don't know much. If you don't know much about Warhammer Total War, or just about Total Wars in general. If you've never picked up a freaking Total War game before, the Empire is probably not going to be a good choice for you to start with. Yeah.
My glorious victory.
Yeah, both Empire units do not always trade well, is the thing. Whereas, like, yeah, like you're saying, dwarf units trade well, high elf units trade well. Just in general. And obviously, like, Tyrion trades well against everything because he's freaking, like, low-tier god. The roster is pretty easy to access. Yeah, but, again, it's easy to fuck up.
It is mine now.
We are displeased.
I'll get rid of that. And that, actually. We don't need either of those. Dwarf Resilience trade better than most on tier infantry that lack armor piercing. I mean, it's nice. Also, if you get, as the dwarves, if you get, like, your... If you get your archers overrun, it's not the end of the world. You're just kind of like, oh no, my archers, there's cav in my archers. They'll still probably be okay for a while. Particularly if you're not playing on Legendary. I mean, you can literally play an entire dwarf campaign with only building ranged units, so if that tells you anything. Okay, what else do we got?
Lord of Nagara.
He's just chilling. Dowie attack! Like the Cav's weakness of dwarves is pretty inconsequential with large amounts of charge defense and shooting. Yeah. The dwarves do a lot worse against like actual giant monsters running through their stuff. Against Cav, they do okay for the most part. So they have just so much. Yeah, they just have so much charge defense. As long as you're not like, as long as you can make a box, you're pretty much good as the dwarves. Or just spread out over the place if you're playing all ranged. Lothar and High Elf is pretty easy vortex, but the rest of High Elf is not easy. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, Lothern's good. That's why I usually specify, like, if people are, Alright, what do I play if I'm new? I say Tyrion. I don't say High Elves. It's like, Tyrion specifically is really, really, really nice, but, High Elves in general can be pretty rough depending on what you're looking at.
For the Witch King! Do what you must!
Off my fortification. Stupid rebellions. Part of having Tyrion a strong starting province, quick access to sword of bullshit, and the fact that Tyrion himself is just
We are besieged
good at
by Cain.
murdering.
Do
Nice.
your worst!
I only have 2 dark shards, and he has lots of chosen. Yay. High level walls, folks. And less armor piercing. Yeah.
Lord of the Black Court. Rest is for the weak. A brief interlude. I will continue in time.
Lithanar. So Lithanar, I haven't actually like beaten a campaign with him yet, so I can't really like say for certain. But he's got some really, really, really overpowered like campaign abilities. So I get the feeling that once you get past the first few turns, it's pretty much cake. But you just gotta not die early.
I am Morathi.
As long as you don't die early, you should be able to roll around. Because he basically has the Skaven abilities as High Elves. Which is insane. High Elves that can just run around and ambush you. And have underway movement. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Lithanar with the Sword of Cain on range damage mod is crazy, I bet.
Not possible. Impossible.
Impossible!
Nagarothi sorceress.
We got... Kron has, like, no defenders. Gosh, damn it all. Alright.
Noble of Nagaroth.
He's not moved?
The
No,
droop.
you. Okay. Whatever. Rebellion, that's fine. Alright. Wasn't quite sure what to do when I started. Just ended up giving up. Fair enough. Also, because of how the Sword of Cain interacts with his clone, he's scarier than Tyrion in combat, but weaker in lore duels. Right. Yeah, he's got that freaking clone thing as well, which is pretty darn good.
Draw your blades. We fight.
Alright, well, we'll have to rebuild that city. Fucking Empire, man. They're so far from home, and yet they're still able to freaking dish out these freaking armies. It's crazy. Yeah, Shadow Walkers are pretty good. Yeah, you have the ability to jump over the walls and stuff, which is nice. Most of the time, campaign mechanics aren't something that you should be focusing on early on in the game. Just in general. We're gonna chase this guy in freaking circles. Yeah, the one who's like halfway across the map. Yeah. Are you... Okay.